Hello! It's just too hot to have this headset on, and I do not have a fucking stationary microphone, so I was actually just muting and trying to get it up and running again. But good evening, Ramon Sanchez. I hope it's right pronounced. Uh, and it's like 50-50 about it's running good or bad. It's running, yeah. I think it's going pretty okay after we was getting to begin to sell some of the nuclear fuel and the thing before the fuel. Actually, that's probably what we are selling most of in the moment, and some nuclear fuel. Uh, I don't think we can use all of it anyway, so that was probably helping a little bit on the money. And then we need to get this area up and running fast up here now, because coal and yeah, iron is pretty important. Because I think I pay a lot too much for it right now. Because have been a lot of too slow to get up here, and yeah, I was actually beginning with this before I was building all of this, but then I need to jump 2 days back in my game, and then all the stuff I have done up there was gone, and then I started build the power instead, just to see how that would go. And of course, I didn't really get it up and running before it was really getting critical with the money, and then everything was just costing a lot. What the fuck just happened there to the graphic? That was really... What the fuck? Hmm. It seems really bad in here too. On the screen. It's just me. And then, yeah, everything was actually crashing down. Too many criminals in this area. And in this area because of... Yeah, I don't really know why it was happening. But some of it was probably because of that one. The water was burning down, and then here up here it was probably because of we didn't have enough schools to take care of the young ones. Uh, Now we got one more anyway, and we got a couple of yeah of this one. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's some kind of university. Yeah, I like your name. It's a nice name, Ramon Sanchez. Mine is just a boring Danish name. Uh, Probably not even a Danish name. It's probably... Yeah, no. The US is mostly usually like James, Jimmy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a pretty used name around the world, I think, actually. Probably not even a Danish name when it's coming to that, but I don't know. Who cares, actually? I don't. But your name is a nice name, for sure. Yeah, how to say it? It's laying good in the mouth or something like that. It's nice to pronounce. It's like it's yeah, it's playing good with each other. The two names. Yeah, I like the game. It's just been yeah, pretty hard now. After the garbage uh, was going into the game, it's a totally different game now. Because then we got the scrapping facility too. That's actually a little thing people should be aware of. Don't place this scrapping facility to shipyard without placing one of them in front of it, because of that's a mistake on that. So all the vehicle that's closest to the shipyard scrapping will drive out to the shipyard scrapping, and it cannot scrap them. So it will just make a line, and then you need to remove them from over here. And yeah, we actually still got one in there that's not can be scrapped. That was driving to the wrong spot. It must be an old one. So that we need to send over here. so it actually can get scrapped. And then, yeah, and then now it's nearly impossible actually to sell a vehicle without paying to sell it. Before you was actually get some money to sell a vehicle, but nope, not anymore. Now you are getting punished to sell them. You need to drive them through this scrapping facility, and yeah, take care of what you can get out of it. It will probably be metal scrap, the most of it for that area. That the most of it is running out here. Yeah, metal scrap, and then we need to connect it to the next station with when we are collecting it and bringing it down there. Now I think it's need to go into that station here. It's look like it's this little steel thing that's making the steel again. So we can deliver it there, or we can probably maybe deliver it here. It's not always it working. It depending on which thing it is you are trying to put it up. I think the demolition officers is really not happy to put anything into that storage thing. They wouldn't want to put it in here, or they need to put it probably more need to put it in on is it this one I think. This one is for metal and this one is for aluminium. So they will need it to put it in here because of it's coming from a demolition site. I think it's the reason, or it should put it in on the big garbage field. That's actually a player item too. So we do not have that big garbage field in the game right now anyway. If you don't download it. So the biggest one it's 195 tons of waste. What this one is taking 16,000 ton, and the smaller one is taking 8,000 ton. It's the half of the side of the other one, approximately. And then I'm still trying to figure out what we can do with these small ones here. It seems like it's not always necessary to be the same stuff that's getting put out on it, but we can choose to put one kind of stuff out there, and that's a bad thing, I think. Actually, it's probably better to have it open. Or actually, it should probably be hazard waste we should take out there, but I'm trying to clean the hazard waste before we are delivering it down here. So the hazard waste will have a position up here where it can go through, and the most of the hazard waste from this area will be delivered into this. Maybe some of it will be delivered here. I'm not sure of that, but I think I put them all to deliver it in here, or maybe out here. I'm not sure. Or anyway, it can probably travel out there and back in again. It's not always working as I'm suspecting it to. But probably a day they will get it to work. It's still early access. Or maybe they will change it so we actually need to use the forklifters in connection with this areas too, or to travel with the garbage. It would actually be a little bit more fair, I think. That's not good. Why do we not have any fuel? Why do that not just drive? Oh, no power. For fuck's sake. Why do we not have power? Because of we don't have anybody in there, of course. Great, and then we cannot deliver because of we have no fuel, and he cannot get fuel because of we have no power. That's really a fucking bug in the ass on me. Let us import it and then see what happening. Somebody should change their mind about the gas anyway. And my ears is as hot as they should be red right now. That's seriously not good. It's probably, yep, in the winter and everything. It was just costing us all our citizens out here, or the most of them anyway, except them in here. He can, small houses here. Again, a house I have downloaded from another player contents. Because of that, seriously not a house in the game where you actually can, where you don't need the heating plant. That one, that's actually a player item too. That's only a cool thing in the game to heat it up with. But back to this house over here. That's actually heating itself. If it's necessary, of course it's causing pollution to do that, but who cares about that? When we are starting a city up, we want some houses we can put up without without any heat sources needed. And should actually have been a couple of houses from the game sites too, so we didn't actually was needed to download anything. That would have been nice, but yeah, it's yeah, depending on what you actually will download, and some of the houses is yeah, or not the houses, but more some of the other thing you actually can download is maybe a little bit too much, too big. Yeah, some of it too small, some of it's making too much of the product or something like that because of the people have made it has just been yeah. I don't want to miss that, so let me get 100 tons of that before or something like that. But that's maybe a little bit too much, but still. And we do not get any people delivered, and he is just blocking the fucking train station or bus station. That's not good. Really a bad place because of our workers need to go up here to actually work on that. To repair the vehicles again. So it's really not good. It's yeah, that's actually been the problem with the buses up here the whole time actually. Yes, you're actually blocking that fucking bus stop or this one down here. Around there. Oh, we are running out of power. That's another good problem up here. It's not the first time I was actually running out of power because of then just people is gone because of that's a problem with the buses up here. And yeah, it could probably have been placed a little bit better. It is more like just to try actually to see how much we need up here and then try with the garbage thing how much they deliver and how much they actually could deliver to which spot or about they actually could do it because the most of it is actually connected to the same garbage container that four here I think it's that one actually and then we have the hazard waste that's that one and then we have the mixed waste that's going directly into the train station. So that's and it has worked. I will not say it's working good, and I do not. I fear a little bit when it's actually the city is actually working up here for good, and we actually need to transport a lot of garbage away. Then we will maybe run into some new problems, and if we don't make attention to that, it will probably cost all the citizens again. Because of the are really a pain in the ass when something is yeah, when something is not getting moved or yeah, so let us say this one, if this one not getting cleaned out, you will not produce 3 pesos when it's reaching six point something, then it should be emptied. But if that not happening, you will not produce at all. You cannot do anything. It's just blocking everything, and then when that happening, we will not get any heat over here, and then all the people is leaving. It's not the first time it's happening. It has actually happened down here a couple of times. It was one of the first CD that was starting with over here to do that, so it just ended up with we needed to build 2 of them and then put a garbage truck up that's actually just driving from that to over here with hazard waste. It's the only thing it's doing, just one waste truck to do that, even if it actually should be done by that one or one of the other ones in the area. Should actually be enough in the area to take care of it, but I don't know what I did that thing. And then we built 4 houses more down here to just to be sure if we could get people enough into that fucking place. Because of the last house was that one up here, and it was like they would not really go down there, but in the end it was probably not that was the problem. It was probably more the hazard waste that was not really getting cleaned out, and yeah, because up here we never got a problem in it, and that one is actually longer away from that, and we should remember to build that one. Oh, yeah, we should. That should be number 1, I think. Yeah, 3 is definitely not good. That's over with the nuclear area. And 8 is my chopper station. That's actually okay to use it. The only problem I don't like with the choppers is actually we do not have the possibility to load asphalt and concrete. We actually need to send them out of the country to load that, and yeah, that's one of the thing I don't like about it. And let us, nah, we have not, yeah, we can, how many money do we actually have? Do we have enough? Let us see what it's costing to buy a chopper. Uh, because of that, this is a demolition office, but it's really not working. Because of the choppers will not land, and because of the choppers will not land, we cannot get the possibilities to actually to buy other things in choppers. Which, as I'm seeing it, we should actually get the same possibility as we get over here. So we will get some vehicles we can use on that station to clean, if it has, yeah, if the chopper actually would have landed. And another good thing with a station, a demolition station that is actually can fly out, would be it would be not be necessary for it to actually be connected to a thing, then be connected to a road to be connected here. Let us say we want to remove this line, and we already have removed that one, and we have cut a little bit piece of it here, so it actually was only this piece that was out in the, and then we will not be able to remove it. Then we need to build something so it actually has connection to that one again, and then uh, throw all of it up. It would probably have been possible just to remove that with that one if it's actually have been working. Because we can do that with the chopper stations. We can build without connection and blah blah and blah blah. That just need to be space around it to the actually can land. So it would not be possible to build in too close area where the choppers don't can go down. So let us say we would build that little piece of road here with choppers. It would probably not be possible because of it's too close and it will not be able to find a green area. I just need to find something I actually can build so I maybe could show it. Yeah, we do not really have anything we are building on right now, so that's great. But you can think like this. All that's red around here, that should have been some green over here for sure because of that space enough for a chopper. Maybe here too. But over here, that one would definitely not be able to land on that side, but it would still be able to land on that side. So it would be able to build on that. So that's the way the choppers is working. So in a fast way to tell it, or I don't like we are getting all that empty flats up here, but it's probably better the actually of leaving the area than we are keeping fighting criminals, because after the yeah, everything was going down. So now we ended up with building 4 police stations, more 2 big ones and 2 of the normal really ones, and a school more, and then I build that one foster care agency. But yeah, I don't know about I like this foster care agency, whoa, or not, because of as what the fuck? I definitely do not like that idea. Oh, if we don't get any firefighters, and I just lost all my fucking vehicles. Great. I really like when that happening. Or maybe not. Did we not send 250 people out of issues? But we will not go out here and work. Fuck. What the hell? That's pretty fucked. So they are running everywhere other than out to the fire station. Great. Oh. Yeah, that's nothing. No vehicles for that building right now. Great. Nope. Fucking no. I do not. That will not be accepted. but it's definitely not working always as we are suspecting it to do. That's for sure. I would like something like we have when they are building it. How important it actually would be for the citizens to go in and work there, like low, medium, and high. Instead of it's placed in the bus stop and the houses and that kind of stuff. So you actually need to choose how many percent of your people from a house that should go to that or that or that. That's a little bit. I think it's outdated, and you should actually go back to the system that was working with low, medium, and high instead of this system with percentage, because of that's really not working good. And let us see about we can save that train station down there. Oh, it's blowing up. And of course it's just taking for ages to load now. And the city is not even big, that's the worst of it. I fear when the city actually is that big, I'm actually thinking about stopping the game. Definitely still missing. Yeah, we are missing the steel area, we're missing the coal area, we are missing the aluminium area, and we are missing the stone area. So that's a lot of areas I'm still missing just because of I was playing around with the garbage and try to figure out how that was working. Let me see about that was long enough back. Oh, that's not looking good. That's actually active firefighters, but they're not putting it out. Damn. That's really not good. I don't think I can save this. It will blow up in a moment anyway. Only if we actually can get some more people out there fast. Should definitely go faster down if we want to save it. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on. Don't blow up, don't blow up. I hate when it's blowing up. I need to set all of this up again and all. And which train distribution centers is it actually, blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. It's, yeah, I know it's around the two of them over here or something like that, but maybe that's one actually is that one over here actually. Around there somewhere, that one. So that's the reason why I hate to lose a train station. Not because of it's actually a train station, but more because of all that shit we need to set up again. Okay, then we only need to reconstruct it, and then we should probably remove that again, so we don't get all that people in there. And now we have problem with the trains. Nope, not why actually expecting it. So why are we waiting now? Yeah, but this is biting itself in the ass. Because of if we are blocking that track up here, then it will just be this one that's waiting for that one up here when it is in a moment, but we must see when the problem is going on again. So for this, I have probably done something wrong, but I have not really done anything wrong. I'm just making it a little too little space between the signals, or how to say it, but it could have been, yeah, and all the tracks could probably have been better placed, but still, it's damn hard to get it all to fit in and still be able to use it and don't get it too long from each other and still be able to use it. So I've tried to make some sections while the train's actually is able to drive in and out of the sections, and but it is one of the worst system I ever have tried with the signals, because of this distribution trains that's coming from that kind of stuff. It's doing it one way, and they are not respecting the signals like the train buildings train is doing. They are respecting it in a different way, and yes, actually pretty much fucking around with the signals and not really doing it. But yeah, they are doing it in another way. Then you have vehicle that's going from A to B. Let us say the vehicle that's going here down here and selling nuclear waste and back up here. They are running in a totally different way than the other vehicles are doing. So none of them respecting the signals on the same way. So it's pretty fucking nasty to set a system up. Because of then you are thinking you are setting it up for how the distribution train is running, and then you actually ending up with have a lot of A to B trains that's not doing it, and then you have the train building train that's just coming and fucking everything up. Actually, they are yeah they are really bad to be yeah just bad because of then let us say then that's coming a train building train here and it's driving in here and then it building and then it cannot figure out to go out again because of that one has only that direction. And then sometimes it will not really accept the possibilities of its actually need to don't drive forward because of it will block another train or something like that, and it's just driving. And then it's disappearing. Actually, some of the only trains that actually can disappear and go back to start, it's actually the train building trains. But I think they are not really happy about that uh, from the game side of. But it will happen sometimes when it's fucking itself too much up, or try to drive in into another train or something like that, then it will just disappear. Or do we have problem with the electricity? No. Making a dam put slipways on. I know what. Yeah, I'm trying to do that too, to get some way over. Under it's actually a really nasty thing to do because of the tunnel is actually too big. This area it's actually before I'm actually starting to go underground, then it always that big for to begin with, and you cannot really make a small tunnel actually. It will be it will be some weird stuff actually to do with the tunnel. It's actually better to make bridges. It's a lot easier to get around over and get it around as we want them to be. Because of some of the bridges can actually be turned. It's not all the bridges that can be that. You should just be aware of. You should look at that one can be turned, that one can be turned, that one can only go straight. So it's actually showing a little bit on the pictures which one that can turn and which one that definitely do not turn. So that's only straight. And it can turn a little bit, but still only in straight lines. Uh, so maybe 2-3 degrees to the one side when you can go out, and then after that it will not accept the placement. And then the vehicle is just driving too slow actually. I counted on it. They're driving something like 0.8 kilometers per hour when they are telling us they are driving 80 kilometers per hour. But 80 kilometers per hour, it's actually down to the end of this map 4 times. Or so 2 times there, down there, and 2 times back. That should it be able to drive in an hour. And it's definitely not possible. And how the fuck did that? No, okay, I braked it. That's the problem. Why it could be stopping out there and don't do anything. I have got a lot of problem with this station setup here. It's my own map, so it's my decision to put the border station in here because of That's actually a possibility to download a player item. There should be a better border, but I don't really get it. We need to do a lot of weird stuff to get that to work. It's just not downloading and then it's working. We need to go in and do something, and yeah, that's not really me. The same thing to put the map out. I need to go in and do a weird thing. I need to go in and copy some files and then place them another place, and yeah, that part I didn't really get. I don't really looked at it good. I just, what the fuck just going on there? Why it's not just a button and then it's publicized? No, it's not that way. Not yet. It probably come a day, but or maybe not. But it was definitely a weird way, and I definitely need to see that video one or two times more before, because last time I was not even looking at it and I was just against it already when I was seeing something and he was saying something about you need to copy that and place it in another folder. That's good. That's not me, and it's definitely not me right now. That's will my brain not accept. That's should I probably look at in the morning and try to figure out what the fuck it is he doing, because if he doing in 1 minute and 40 seconds and people it's telling him it's a good video and he's really not explaining what the fuck he's doing and it's going that fast, you need to put it on break to actually see what kind of folders he is going into, and yeah, and what kind of files it actually is he is copying and replace them, and yeah, I don't really get that it was going that fast. Probably a good video if you know a bit about what it is he are doing, but if you don't need know anything about it, you're just lost and need to see that video in really slow motion, and then you're probably not getting what he is saying because of your breaking it all the time. But that will be a problem for another day when somebody actually want to play this map and it's not possible. But actually, I think it's a pretty okay map. It's definitely different than the one that's in the game. And it's a bit bigger too. I think I was taking 20.20. And what do we have? A little bit of cold. We should maybe have a little bit more cold in the game. And that, to begin with, you can actually not see that this anymore. You actually need to research before you actually get access to this, and to use this resource on the map. And then we have the oil. And what was it? Iron up here, yeah. We do not have too much iron. Oil, I don't know about. It would be too much, but I don't think so actually. Because of this area down here, it cannot really. It can more or less make the oil for four of them, but we still have a supply of ships that's coming in with more oil. But now they have actually added a possibility to just make a line directly in from the border, so you don't really need to sail it in. But I think that's a little bit cheat, so I tried to build it, but I do not really use it. So it is probably a good idea. Maybe if you want to sell it fast and that kind of stuff, but still. Nah, I want to sail it out, use my ships and that kind of stuff. It should be here on the border somewhere, if we can find it. Ah, yeah, it's probably on this side, yeah. It is actually right here. Or we can, yeah, it's not connected to anything. Nope. Definitely not in there. That one. Because of that so fucking many lines. Oh, that's just an in and out, so we could actually just sell and buy at the same time or what? Nah, it's like the power. That's only a choice, but you can actually set it up so you can import and then when you will export you can just shift it around. It seems like. It was actually the first time I was really looking at it after I built it. What is a dam exactly? Dam, it's yeah, but it's not always possibility to build over buildings and that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff you can, and the most of the best places to raise your roads is actually over the train tracks. It would be a good idea not to have this road here. It would have been better if it has been a bridge or a tunnel. If the tunnels just have been a little bit smaller and a little bit easier to fit in, so we don't really have needed a fucking 50 meters or something like that to the tunnel entrance in both ends. It would have been a little bit, so it actually could have been fit in here and still have reached out and have fit in here. So we still could have been able to have a road out here and that kind of stuff. But it's not seems like it's possible to build that small bridges or tunnels. Bridges, yeah, it's a problem too. But you can some of them you can turn and then it will be okay because then you can get it to another place where you actually don't really expect. Oh yeah, that's good to get it down there. And so it's not just connecting directly out there and still making some kind of traffic jam. So sometimes it's a good thing to actually when the bridge is actually turning. A little bit like I did it here. It's more like I'm making a traffic jam right here when it's going really when the traffic is heavy out here. That was actually not what I wanted, and the same thing was actually happening over here. We ending up making a lot of traffic jams instead of actually let it work. But some of it was actually the train that was doing it because of they was blocking and waiting on each other and waiting on a train that don't couldn't drive because of it was blocked of another train. And then it's not taking a really long time to get a really long line of vehicles because of they don't can pass over here. So more or less I tried to put it up so it actually not was possible to heavy vehicles to drive over here that way, so heavy vehicles didn't could pass over here and over there. Shit, and now we are in problem with the power. It look like we have too many vehicles certainly, or too little power. That's really not good. Let me see what's going wrong, because we have actually a lot more power connection now than we had before. Oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't keep an eye on my money. That was what's going wrong. I forgot to send some vehicles out with the, no, not vehicles, but it's always something. It's actually it's ships. They are not using power. They are only using fuel. So that's good. And the problem was probably I forgot to send one of them off. And after my breakdown with the criminal element in my city, that was happening something with my money situation and it was really fucking badly up. I was actually thinking it was going pretty okay into right before I was starting talking because of after I start talking I forgot everything about it to have a look on my money. So that's, yeah, I don't know how much it will cost us, but it can really be bad. Let's see out here. Do we not produce any power out here now? Nah, we are not. That's another problem. If we actually was doing that, it would probably not. Oh yeah, that's the problem. Oh, we do not really have the heat, and we do not have the people, and oh, yeah, great. And we have a lot of criminals that probably running away. Great. Yep. Money. We do not have any of them. Not yet anyway. We actually got a lot of people in that building, so maybe we could buy some cheap. We are only paying $5 for people from these countries, but still, I think they are already a lot more criminal than the other one is, but I'm not sure of that. Maybe they are just being criminals because of they didn't go to school or yeah, didn't get an education and yeah, and didn't get a work because of they don't can go to school And if you don't can get a basic education in this game, you cannot work. So I think that sucks a little bit. You need to change a little bit on the education levels, because of why should a person without any education not be able to work? That part I don't get. Uh, of course, you should probably not work as effective as one with an education. So, of course, one that's not even have gone to basic school should not be able to work very good, but he should still be able to take a job, and then he could always go to school too when there was a space for it or something like that. Of course, you can see how many of them that's actually is growing up right now that's going into the school. You can see that's a kid, that's a growing up. So the most of the people, nope, the most of the sims, it's actually growing up that's going to basic education. And this is our university, just a small one. To just get some of them, some education to some of them that's a little bit better than the other ones. So yeah, now we got 184 million again. It's ridiculous how fast it actually can turn. But it was probably because of this area over here was fucking up. Let us take some more of them, and we probably need some. And even the Soviet thing, the new one that's coming in, still need to have a basic education, even if they are growing up, and we should actually expect a Soviet borger actually got the same education. They do not. Or why is it actually telling us that they have an education now? Then they are maybe just trying to go into the university, but I'm pretty sure the most of them is trying to fuck up around out here. Yep, and you should definitely send some of them out there into the school. We need some more teachers to get the other people. Nope, the other sims ready to work. I don't know why I want to call them people today. They have not really done anything to earn the title of peoples. They are that fucked up they only can be called sims. And yeah, I don't know. I don't accept them as people in my brain, so it's a fucking program in the program that's not really working very well actually, because of now school time 5. Nah, school time, yeah, that's maybe a bad one to take it from. But if we're actually looking on one of the other ones, they are using a lot more than 24 hours in a day. They have 8 hours work time, they have 16 hours free time, but between that they have some times that's not going when they are traveling from A to B, and sometimes when they are traveling from the work, then you're just jumping directly home. But still, it is like that's going some time before they actually are home and can go out of the home again. So sometimes that will go 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before they actually are getting home, depending on how long it is from the work spot and to their home. And then they will do some other stuff, and then they will jump home again when they have done that. So they can maybe go to the doctor, and they can go down and get some alcohol, and they can go out and get some food. And when all of the three things of that is done, then they will just jump home again without traveling home. And that's another problem, because of your bus, train, and that kind of stuff is actually driving empty the half of the time, because of they don't need to travel anybody home. Everybody is just magically appearing at home again, and that's a thing in my brain. My brain really didn't like, and now the game was crashing. Great, and yeah, it's pretty hot actually, but we are actually firing it up all we can. We can maybe clean the memory before we are starting it up again. That's probably the only thing I can do. And also I need to shut everything down and clean my fans. It's probably on time I need to do that anyway. Not because of I want to do it right now. That's for sure, but I probably need to do it. Uh, Last time I opened it up, I was just getting it with just cleaning my graphic card fast with the yeah what Wacom cleaner with some kind of brush on it, and just fast inside the fucking graphic card, and what the fan I could reach, and then remove the most of the dust from my dust filters that's on the fucking box. So the dust really not should travel inside the machine, but yeah, there it's a probably a couple of places where it's no dust filter, and the dust is traveling in that way. So, and now I'm stopped smoking, but before I was smoking too, so it was definitely not helping on the fans because of that. And then dust and that smoking. Yeah, what is the name of that actually? Smoke? Yeah, that smoke. The smoke from the smoking. It's actually, yeah, it's making some kind of glue. So the dust and the nicotine, it's actually really gluing to the fan, and it's really nasty to remove. It's something with some kind of yeah, what is that? I'm actually not know what the name of it is, but yeah, something heavy to clean it with that can take some really that really can clean. It's needed to get that fucking smoke to get away from the fans. That's for sure. So that's not fun to do. It's every single little fan that need to be fucking clean with some fluid on a little on a little stick. The stick you're normally cleaning your ears with. I don't know what the name of them is. Actually, I know what it is on Danish, but I'm not sure of something. Yeah, I cannot really pronounce the name. I'm actually thinking on Nah, that's not really right. I think I don't know why I got that into my mind. But a stick with a little, uh, yeah, cotton. I think it is. That's on the end of the stick you normally put into your ear and getting that fucking stuff out of your ear that's in there. It's actually look like a little bit like that when you are cleaning that fan. The stuff you are getting off the fan. It's some kind of same kind of yellow actually as the stuff you're dragging out from your ear. So don't fucking smoke. It's not really healthy, I think, in the long run. If your lungs it's looking a little bit like the fans is doing. And the fans is probably a lot easier to clean than your fucking lungs is. So, yeah, not a good idea to do that. And I stopped 1 week ago with smoking cigarettes. And it's actually 20 days ago I stopped to smoke weed. So, and I've smoked that for 30 years. Cigarettes and weed. Of course, I didn't smoke that much weed for 30 years ago, but I started to smoke it 30 years ago. It's actually nasty to say 30 years ago, and actually, whew, I am being what 44 next time. Fuck, damn, that time is going too fast, too. Actually, so what was I? I think I was 10, 11 years when I started smoking cigarettes, and I was probably 12 years when I started stealing my stepdad's weed. He was just not hiding it good enough. He was just putting it under the couch, and then, yeah, really bad place to put it. So, yeah. And later we was actually going out with them and smoke. He was actually thinking he could fuck us up and get us to stop smoking. It was not going that good. But that part of it anyway, we liked it. And yeah, I probably still do, but it's fucking ridiculous to do it. And probably the only reason why I stopped, I think it was because of it was getting too bad and too expensive actually. Because of it was too bad, so it was actually not worth to use the money on anymore. But of course I could have talked to another one, but nah, it was time to stop. And then I knew I would stop smoking too, cigarettes anyway, too. It was just a question about just to take a couple of days more with that, because I'm normally not really smoking cigarettes. But if I got weed, I didn't smoke cigarettes, so that should not be the biggest problem. But after the first couple of days after I stopped smoke weed, I really started smoke cigarettes a lot, and yeah, it was as I 10 times more to yeah cigarettes than I'm normally was to smoking tobacco. I don't know about it's the name of it, but actually yeah. So that was actually ridiculous too, and I knew I need to stop it because yeah, it's fucking not good for you. It's just a little bit too late in the life to figure that out. Not that I'm sick of it or anything. Not what I know of anyway. My voice is a little bit fucked, but I more think it's because of I not really speak a lot. Uh, then I start speaking a lot in this fucking live broadcast there. Maybe the doctor was telling me there was nothing wrong, so I believe him. I'm not sure if he is right, but I believe him. What can you do else? It's pretty hard to say, no, no, doctor, that's still something wrong. No, no, that's nothing wrong. I can see it. Everything is good in there. Yeah, but my voice is not fucking good. It's probably pretty okay. It's not. Yeah. I just need to shut up a little bit and then fucking drink a little bit more than I'm actually doing, probably. Yeah, that was the time that one was actually getting in there a little bit under control. Let us. Nope, we do not have that over there. It's over here. That's really under control. So maybe we have a chance to get. Nope, it was definitely not helping on that. We are trying to get them under control. How long? 11%, 10%, 7%. And that's fucking annoying actually. You can see that one, you can see that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one, and that one you can see in here. Here, a combination of how you want to choose to see it. I think I'm most likely to see it here. It's actually that line here. But no fucking way about you can see that cup thing in there. That's a fucking little bit ridiculous actually. That you have choosing to split up. So you need to see it this way how much criminality that's minion, medium and hard. So you need to see it that way. But that's actually not what I want to see. I want to see that one spread out on the buildings. Like this one. So we actually could see the percent thing as we can see it there. That was actually the thing I wanted to see on the buildings. So that's a little bit annoying. That's not its own actually. Yeah. But maybe we could type and ask about it. Don't could put that in actually because of it's a little bit. Because then we need to okay 11% and then that building 9% and it's pretty hard to figure it out with which building that's low in. and remember which building that's actually was low and which one that was high, and where you actually could maybe change a little bit on the on that was a 9%, so that's pretty low. So we would be able to low relocate, but which building was it we should relocate them to now? I don't know. I think it was that one, but I'm not sure. So now I need to remove that one again, and I need to put a fucking needle on that one, or remove the needle actually, and then open that one up and see about it actually was that one. No, that wasn't 10%, so it was definitely not that one. 10%, 13%, so it was that one. Probably. I don't know what happened there, but I probably bite some people. But I didn't want to. So that's a really nasty way to do it actually. And then see about we actually maybe could change it a little bit, 10 and 11%. So we are, yeah, splitting it a little bit more out because of it's not helping to build more police station. That's not the problem. It was not really helping me to build a foster care more. Actually, it will probably help in the long run on the next generation of Sims that's growing up. They will not be that criminal because of before we only have that one, and it was actually running, yeah, pretty much on full capacity. And if you're just losing a couple of people up here, and the good ones, then yeah, it will go down. You can see we only have 30, 35, nope, 30, yep. You can see the fucking number. And he can only take care of 946 people. That's 847 now, so that's okay. But still, over here we have 40 people, and they have probably a little better education, and they can take care of 1450. And they should be able to take care of 2500 with 50 people or something like that, I think it is. Yep, we should just take a look on the money before we are doing anything. Let us see. And of course, all that has a green thing with an arrow in, it's actually a play item. So another player have made this building. But yeah, 2500 people, but you can take around 2000. That's what they're normally operating on and calculated with. So, but if you have a really good education system, they will be able to take more than 2500. I think they can go up to around 3000 people. Well, there we got it again, people. 3000 Sims kids, Simmer kids, and Sim kids, Sim, something like that. Criminals. Or it's depending on about. Oops, that's really not good. So that's actually a problem now. We do not have enough workers out there. Or the one kind of workers. Oh yeah, what did I actually build that one? Not that that has anything to do with that, but I was actually building a secret police station somewhere, and I was never buying the vehicles for it. So no, it's not that city. It's that city we are looking for. Yep, right there. So let us see. We want a red one. It's like fitting into the color of the nasty people. Actually, don't know if it actually was have been a. It could actually have been a really good thing. The thing he was doing that in that time. If it's not was like corruption in the top, it could have been a really good thing. What it could have been, you could actually look on Denmark, actually, the country I'm from. It's taking care of people, it's people can work and people can earn money, but still they need to pay something to get the country to work good, not like US. US, it's too much. I think that's more capitalism. Of course, that's some of this in this country too, but still, that's more like sharing and be sure of everybody can live and yeah, have some kind of roof over the head and yeah, and if you don't really can figure out to do it yourself or you can work and that kind of stuff, you can get some help. Of course, you can do that in US and UK and that kind of countries too, but it's more like you are getting, yeah, you are probably getting trapped in the system in this country too if you are using that, but not in the same way as you are being in US and UK and that kind of ways where I actually need to use some kind of ration marks and should uh, get your food on coupons on that kind of stuff I have heard about. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. It could have been a good thing if it not have been corrupted in the top, and it was actually when people was being treated a little bit better than the was actually doing. There was something about some work camps that was not really really good. And if you were coming from outside, you would be, in some time, you would actually be called a spy, and you would be thrown into one of that camp, and you would probably never get out of them again if you was arrived there in the wrong time. And if you was trying to travel home after you actually have been working there, you would get a prison sentence too, just because of you were trying to leave the country, and then you would take your passport, and then you could not leave the country, and then you would be travel to some fucking shit place out on the end of the world, and then you should still work, just under worse. Yeah, yeah, it would. Yeah, I don't know. The most fucking countries in this world is really ridiculous put together. Sadly enough. It has definitely not helped on this country was getting into EU. That's for sure. This has just fucked it a lot more up. So all that was actually good with this country is actually about to be deleted and yeah, not is anymore because of that fucking EU country, and EU should maybe have tried to do a little bit more like we did up here instead of yeah, fucking everything up. And when country getting too big, uh, like and when the system is getting too big, it's really not taking care of its citizens. Then you are just getting a number, and then you are just getting, are you actually making money or are you actually using money out of the system, or are you making money to the system? So the system will only look at you if you don't pay your taxes and you need to go to prison and you need to be convicted of something and blah blah. They are not really, yeah, when it's getting too big. It's clearly to see that in many other countries. I will not say we are too big. What is we around 6 million people or something like that? And yeah, but when we are getting a little bit uh, longer down, where the country is starting to get a lot bigger, then you can already see the problem. When we are going to China, 1 billion people, India, 1.3 billion people or something like that. That's a big problem with a lot of stuff. It is as the more people there is to control, the worse the people actually have it, and yeah, well, it look like that way my side of from my side. Maybe it is not that bad. It's just the way it's getting filled into our heads. That's maybe the problem. China, I don't know. I am pretty sure it's not the best country to live in. Depending on which, yeah, depending on who you are, maybe. I don't know. There was with if something about some of the Chinese do not really need to accept that one kid policy. I think it was the Han. That's not really that's the overclass or what to call them. That's actually can get more kids and yeah, and not really living. So that's actually the masters or what to say. I'm not sure if it's them, but that's some kind of master class in China, or the has been anyway. And I think it was the Han. Them he was calling the Han. I don't know what other people is calling them, but maybe it's different from country to country. Uh, but it was actually a pretty good game back in the time. It was called something with Empire. What was it now? The Race of the Middle Kingdom. Empire, blah blah, or something. Empire, Race of the Middle Kingdom. Race of the Middle Kingdom, then you can find it. It was actually a pretty funny game. It's, yeah, you are actually racing wars and you need to build cities and you need to build them on historical, yeah. So you actually follow the how China is getting, yeah, get to be China in some kind of way. It's not 100% correct, but it's a pretty okay game. Pretty fun. You need to build the wall or some of the walls, and then you need to build some channels and that kind of stuff. So it's actually possible to transport stuff forward and back. And then you maybe need to jump over to another city and actually uh, make business with your old city. And then when you're jumping back to your old city, your new city, and then then yeah, it's actually interact with each other. So you actually need, yeah, sometimes when you're jumping back to a city and you just have built another city, you actually need to build a new trading center in that old city to get it to work. But it was actually working before when you was in the other city. But then when you're coming back to that city again, you need to build a new, and then you would have a new trading partner, of course, so you would be able to build it. Fun game. Maybe a little bit too old now. Mm, but still, if you don't know it, I've never tried it and like this kind of game, it would maybe be, and then it's possible to actually raise war against your enemy. You have the Mongols you actually can fight through, and you have the other Chinese states that's not under your command yet. But some of them is, and some of them is not, and some of them would rattle, and you need to conquer them again and make them to pay. And so they will get you gold, or they need to pay you some kind of yeah, what the fuck was the thing we actually silk maybe, or you could get some food from them, or yeah, some of the resources you're producing. You should probably choose something you're producing, because if you're choosing something they're not producing, they would have difficult to pay you, and then they will just rebel again. Uh, yeah, we should probably look on our money again before we're running out of money. There was not a lot of vehicles on that one, but let us send it off and let us see. Nope, probably that one. I know it's fucked. We need to send the ships off without actually not even close to be. Yeah, 100%. like it, but we need the money. For now, anyway. We need this area to come up and run again. Now, what is it going? We are actually producing a little bit. We're not producing anything there, and oops, we need some more people out here now. And you can see we are nearly paying a fucking million for 5 people or something like that. That's really not good because of, yeah, and 10 people. I don't really want to see it. 776. Oh, wow. 1,000. And 971.42 thousand to that one. Ooh, for experts. That's really expensive. Oh, that's really something wrong with my money situation. I should have probably have been trillionaire right now. But that's something when you have enough money, they will actually ask you to remove 3 zeros on your money, so you don't will get too many money. And that has actually not been happening for some time for me now. So and that's actually the reason why that one's good. We are only paying $5 for people from that country. So that one is pretty good. And you can see we have only made $218 last month. Uh, and over here it's fucking millions. Yeah, 161 million we have lost this month. So that's a big difference. I don't know why that one didn't fuck as badly up as this one has done, but it's probably because of we are not making enough of this money, and we have never done it, make enough of them. And it's probably because of I only was making oil. I should have gone on to get the coal up and make my own bricks and sell some of them. And yeah, should maybe actually make some bricks somewhere. I could maybe put it up around there too. But everything is getting, yeah, we do not have enough space. As I already have told before, instead of this 20 kilometers country, give us some countries that's maybe 200, 400 kilometers. So we actually could make some country and then you would have a good reasons to actually make the vehicles to drive the speed they need to drive. Oh yeah, that was what we actually was talking about earlier. Okay, we are going. Oh, that's not good. We are losing some people here. He has worked 6 hours, so hey, he is good. He is a good one actually to follow, and that was not the one I wanted right now. But in 2 hours, he will just jump home. Whoop. Then now his free time should have begun, but he has used 0.4 minutes of his free time, and he is living pretty close to the factory, so it should not take him that long time to get home. We cannot really see how long time it will take, but when his free time is starting, I expect he is home, even if it look like he's home now because of he's just jumping home. But he will not. It is as he's going home as a ghost or something like that, and then he will travel home, but we cannot see him travel home. Yeah, he should probably definitely have been home now. Now he's home. So now he will go out and collect food and get some culture. So when he have done that, he will jump home again. And then now he's getting his food, but he will still go out to this. He should not jump yet. But when he's getting this one, he will do as he did when he was yeah, yep. And then he is just home again. And now we are getting up to what his work hours is actually starting again. But he is not even starting to go to work yet. So maybe 2 hours before his work time is actually starting, he should maybe start to go to travel to work, because of now he has already used a lot more than actually 24 hours in one day. So I don't know. He's using ours now, but and then he is traveling to another whole other job. He's not keeping his job out on the fucking car factory. He's going to another job now. All of them have done that. Actually, it's pretty fucked up, annoying actually, that they are not going to the same job again. And it's not because of he, and then his next day is going to the car factory. No, no. So it's not because of he has actually have two jobs or anything. It's weird. Maybe that's something I don't see, but why they're doing that? But probably because of that's another person that's already is on the work spot they did yesterday. So it's just random who is actually getting over there first, or yeah, I don't know who is choosing. And it's maybe like the train. The train is actually choosing a train station before they are leaving the distribution center, and that's a little bit fucked up. Uh, because of the train should actually first choose the destination of the last train station when it's getting to around here or something like that. Before it's maybe the way I've done it, it should actually choose it up here, and then it should just take one of the free ones. Of course, now if it should drive in here, there would not be a free one, so it need to wait, and it cannot just take one of the other station if it's not allowed to it. But if you are allowing to drive into all three station, it can actually choose between the station, but it will still do it before it's leaving home. So when it's arrived, there can be arrived three trains more, and it will wait for that train to leave, and then it will hold out here, and then this train station could actually be empty, but it cannot figure out to shift from that train station up to that train station, and it cannot even figure out to shift from that lane over to that lane if it's empty. Then it will wait on that train to leave, and then it will drive in on that one. So that's the reason why I think they actually need to change a lot in the train system because of it's really choosing bad when it's already choosing it from the distribution center because of that 90% chance of it the track will be there will be another train on the track when it arrives to drive in on it, and that's a little bit bad because of they have done it pretty okay. That's some problem with the signals, that's for sure, but it can be fixed. And the other thing that can be fixed too, but if they are thinking it's good enough, then it's a problem. And the same thing with the speed the vehicle is moving. It's not good in my mind because of yeah. This vehicle here should be able to run 105 kilometers in an hour. Uh, if we are lucky, it's I don't even I don't really like to see it because of it's totally terribly bad. Uh, that one is good. Then we need yeah, great. Nope, not that one. Oh, that one. Yep, but then we lost the other one. We need we need our time tracker too. That's 14 minutes on 1 hour out of its out of its 8 work hours. So now we should try to figure it out. Let us think it will this bus will drive that way, and it can drive 105 kilometers in an hour. And of course we cannot see the speed of the bus right now, but it's yeah, right now it's saying it's driving 36 kilometers, but still then it should still go 36 kilometers in an hour. Of course we should count on the turning and that kind of stuff, but that one again. Let us see. Yeah. Now 20, so let us see about we can hit 1 hour and 19 minutes. And how much speed do it have? Still 36. It's getting up in speed. Oops, what the fuck did the boss? Yeah, I lost the boss actually. But I think it was that one. Let us just say it was that one. It's actually moving a little bit more than, but not enough. 369 meters. That's air distance. Ground distance 500 and so and half kilometers. It moved. Yeah, I am not sure if I like that. But it should definitely have moved around, let us say, between 20 to 60 kilometers. It should have been moved. Even in here in the city, with that speed, it should have been able to move that amount of distance, but it is definitely not. So that's a problem. The same problem is with the train and all that kind of stuff, and I understand why they're doing it. And then I do not really understand it anyway, because of if you are doing something where you need to take care of how much time that's done and how fast the vehicle is moving, you cannot make your own rules for how fast you are moving and how slow the time is going and that kind of stuff. Then you need to use that fucking math system that's set up for that. So 1 hour, 80 kilometers, 80 kilometers. Driving 80 kilometers per hour, you need to travel 80 kilometers. You cannot fucking choose to downscale that to, yeah, something like that, 0.8 kilometers. So then everything is fucking up and you cannot really use any of it to anything, because of none of it is real or right. But I have an idea of why they're doing it. It's because of the vehicle would move too fast if they are doing it the other way. So we will not be able to see the vehicles at all. It would just be, you need to put it on brake to actually see a vehicle, because of it would move that fast. But still, and it has been a problem in all the Sims games that have been out there. I have never seen a vehicle that has moved fast enough, so it was actually following the time. But the most of the games is actually uh, calculate with that, will not showing you how fast your vehicle actually can move. They are not telling you this vehicle is moving 80 kilometers per hour. So as we can see in this vehicle, it has actually showing us how fast it's moving right now, and it's definitely not doing that. Uh, yeah, so that's another thing. And then it's the same thing with the citizens actually. That's not traveling as they're supposed to, and they are using more than 24 hours. It's the thing that needs to be fixed. So they actually only have 24 hours and in a day, or what to say, they cannot have 16 hours of free time, 8 hours work time, and some of them has 4 hours travel time too. So then they are using 28 hours in a day, and that's actually just the real time, and then that's all the time we don't see, the time we are actually waiting for them to travel home, what the time is not going for them. How many hours are some of them using that way? They are using a couple of hours, that's for sure, and some of them is using a lot of hours, more than a couple. Uh, so yeah, not really always good. But of course, it is still in early access, so we should not be that tough with them. But still, we need to be a little critic on the bad stuff, because of they are really doing a lot of good stuff. And I'm trying to tell what I'm happy about too. Sometimes it's easier to actually talk about what you don't like and what you need to correct, because of the stuff we don't really talk about, we actually like more or less. Uh, yeah, another thing we don't like, it is the yeah, it is this system here. Uh, yeah, now we have no people in it, so it's pretty hard to do it. But you can choose what the people need to go to. For some of it, it's okay, but the workers, nah, it's not good. It would have been better if we got a low, high, and low, medium, and high priority of how important this building is, how important this building is. Like when we are building them, then that's a possibility to put it to be a low priority. So then it will not be built as the first one. And the high one will of course be built some of the first one, depending on how many high you are choosing to have. About you have enough construction yard to actually uh, do that kind of work. So if you are priority till building, or it will be built in some kind of line of the most important to the lowest important, and it should be the same way with the people. So of course this one is a food stuff thing, so that should of course be a high priority. The prism, so the people don't fuck off, should be high. Something like this should be low, because that's not really important. Of course, it is important if we want to make money, but it's not important to get our citizens to work. Something like the fire station should, of course, be a high priority for the people, so we don't need to. Oh yeah, so 50% to the boss, 50% here. That's ridiculous. Why? Yeah, to send that many people to that. Uh, so it would have been better if he was choosing out for a low, high, low, medium, and high priority of the buildings. But that's maybe only what I am thinking. I like this system. When the copy system was coming in, it was actually being introduced this on the last update. So now we can just put that one on that one. So now that one has the same settings as that one over here. So now that one is doing the same thing as that one. So great. And that's a lot of building you can do that with now. And that's really good. This is a different building. That's the demolition office. It has the same possibility. You can do it with your construction office, so you don't need to put all that up. Not because of it's hard to put this one up. It's actually pretty fun, but depending on how many times you actually have done it, after the 20 times, it's getting a little bit. Could he not do something so we could get rid of this and just or do it like we actually are doing it now? Yeah. So we actually just could set one up and copy it out to the other ones that's in the area. Of course, we should definitely not use that setup on the one we have over here. So we should not copy that one and put it up to the other one, because then the other one will start driving down here and collect the shit. Not the shit, but the gravel and the asphalt and the concrete, and then you would probably start to collect the metal over here. And if some of them need something from down, nah, the metal will probably collect it from there, because of that's the station for it. But some of them, yeah, that's a couple of items you actually need to collect from here. You need that one, and yeah, a couple of the other things too, actually. Uh, that's not really have anything to food with food to do. And this bus station was a pain in the ass. That's the reason why I've actually needed to put up this road here, because of the was blocking buses was blocking each other, because of in some way there was too many buses in here to the actually was making a line around here and blocking each other, and then the buses could not drive. It was looking pretty fucking weird. Then we was trying a couple of different things, but as you can see, we do not really have the best road system. I have, yeah, I have really not, I have not really counted my road to be that important. Uh, I should have taken a little bit. I should have built more than one road. That's for sure. I was trying, yeah, and that one rule I even broke in that one. I was trying to build in squatters, and so build, yeah, one squatter, and then build inside it, build another squatter, and then because of it's a good thing actually when you are upgrading your road, because of when you're playing realistic, you don't just get a road, you need to build it. So in some cases you actually need to start out from the borders. You need to start out with a dirt road, because you cannot do you cannot build other road before. You can put it in, but you will not be able to use it. So you will not be able to get your vehicles out and get in them into the free build, the free station you can set up. You can get some free gas station, and it's not really free, but they are getting, it's just like they are getting placed on the dirt pretty fast, and you don't need to build them, but they are really terrible, so you will want to get rid of them fast and build your own shit up because of that's working a lot faster. Mine is disconnecting. Wait a moment. This space building game. Do you disconnect from the game or what? In this game, or are we talking about another game right now? This that space building game. My is disconnecting. I don't know what you're disconnecting from. About it's from YouTube, from my stream, or it's your game. I think it's your game you're disconnecting from. But I'm not sure if it's this resource and workers and resources Soviet Republic, or it's a different game you're talking about. But it is breaking down a lot actually, and that's, yeah, it has something to do with it still in the early access, of course, and some of it is, it's, yeah, some of the stuff it's actually fucking up, and maybe I'm breaking the rules for what it actually was intended to do with some of the stuff. That's a big, probably yes, I'm doing that. I'm probably doing a lot of stuff that was not intended to do. The way I'm connecting it and the way I'm trying to do it and that kind of stuff. I don't always think it was the way he was thinking it to be. And some of this I have done down here, definitely do not think it was the thing he was thinking of it the way it should have been. I don't know, because of we have that 16,000 ton and he was only talking about 192 ton. It would be a nice big thing, but still we need to think it in a totally different way, and we need to make a lot of smaller dump sites than we actually need here, and it would be harder to connect it all like we have done here because of this one. That one could actually have been connected to that one and just have been that one at the last one, because of we do not really get anything out of this one, but it can make a lot more ash out of the last couple of items. This one don't want to connect convert into ash. What is it? This is a heating plant and this is a power plant, and they are not really working good because of they are needing too much waste, and we cannot really get all that waste in anyway. So yeah, I need more waste to get it to work, and the waste, if you're trying to load it on the border, no way. It's a pain in the ass. It's just blocking a line, and it's taking forever to get the garbage on or off the train. Even if when you are trying to drive out with only ash or mostly ash as we are collecting it up here, the most of this should be ash, but that's coming something else out, construction waste. It's going in too, but it's not getting destroyed in this system. It's actually getting out. I don't know about aluminium actually going about we are losing the aluminium, but I don't think so. I actually think the aluminium should actually travel over here, but I am not sure if it's doing that actually, because of we have a problem. They have changed something in the aluminium because I get not as much as aluminium as I did in the beginning, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's because of we don't import garbage right now, and maybe a lot of the aluminium we was getting it that way, or else I cannot see where I should have been getting it from, because of we have no possibility to scrap our choppers, and we would probably get some aluminium out of the choppers, and the same with the airplane, but we do not have any airplane. I have never have an airplane on this in this game. I have I have airplane, but not in this play through here. I have never got to build the airport yet anyway. I'm normally building an airport, but I'm mostly use it to get tourists in, and I've not really been ready to put a tourist area up yet. I don't really know where I should put it. I should probably put it the same place I did last time. Right here. And my airport right here. It was actually connecting around this thing here, going, I think, some of the road was going out here, and some of them was going out here, that way. And then the most of the airport right up around here somewhere. Fuck that. Not that important. And I think I am not sure where the train line actually was going, but it was definitely not going where it is now. If it actually was going out there, I cannot follow. Yeah, there was a train line. I don't know. It was there. It was something like this too. There was some more city up here anyway in the game before. But yeah, I don't know why I did that. But I choose to start up a new game when the garbage was getting released because of the what it was like uh, actually to throw a bomb down in the middle of my city because of I didn't have any garbage collection. I didn't have any scrapping thing. I don't have any vehicle repairs. I didn't have any vehicles repair near a train depot. So they would not be able to repair our trains, and we would not be able to repair our metro trains, and yeah, as we can now. So it was actually really just to hit yourself in the head and try to figure out something against yeah, when your city was actually just losing more and more people because of you could not collect the garbage. You need to build some stuff to collect the garbage in and build up the garbage station, and yeah, so that was really, yeah, not a nasty update, but maybe it would be possible actually to go back to that update now. But if we should do that, now I'm just looking at it. I will not do it. But you can, let us see. We actually need to go under A and back 2 days in time. That's still this game. Bad idea. 2.0 map update. That's maybe the one actually. 2.0 new map update. That sounds like it could be that one we should go back to. Kindergarten. That's a really early game. That we should probably not jump back to. I actually think that's the map from the game. Uh, yeah. So I think it would be that one. I need to go back to where I was actually making the new city. It's the same map, but it's a different city. You know, it will be, yeah, it is a different city. The most of this is the same. This area here. I don't even think I got the car factory. Oh, I did. It's just placed around there or something like that instead. And then the most of the this one, and then we have some stone over here. In this we are actually mining stone in this area, and we got a little bit of steel. And I don't remember where I got the coal from, but probably closer than no, we was probably driving the coal from up here. Actually, oh yeah, I was driving coal from up here. So actually, I should actually have placed the steel around this city here. It would have been the best thing because of then you was only need to drive the half of the way with the iron ores over from here, and then the coal could have been driving from up here, and then yeah, it would have been 50-50 on the road. You would have split it up in two trains and delivered coal from the one side and iron ore from the other side, and it would probably have been iron ore from that side and coal from that side, yeah, and then it would deliver it into the smelting thing, and then we would actually have the steel in the middle, so we actually would have the possibility not to drive all the steel out from over here, and we would be more centered with it, because we still need the steel around the map, specifically when we are building new stuff. and that's not even enough now because of now we yeah, there's a part now where we actually need to, after 20 years or something like that, we need to reconstruct the houses. We and tears on the houses too. I like that idea because of it. It's making, yeah. Before it was just, oh, that's not enough to do in this game. It's getting boring. When you already have built your city and you already have built the next city, and it was too fast to going on to the next city. Of course, it will probably be that again when we actually learning the different things, and then it will just be build, 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 but and then try to get it to work, and then figure out what was forgetting and what we need to add more of, and then next on to the next city. And that's actually the way we need to do it, because of the way I'm doing it right now. We are in fucking big problem with the money. I should actually probably swift this ship out, and I should start running them with train again, the cars, and then I would probably make a little bit more money faster because of then it would be only be a train load of vehicle it would drive out with instead of a whole load of boats. It's taking a little bit longer time to get all the stuff inside the ship than it is actually taking to fill up a train. I think, yeah, it's maybe 100 times more, something like that, that can be on the boats. Of course, we can get smaller boats too, but we have the biggest one, so yeah, that's a problem. And it's a problem we are not really using the oil, so this ship's up here, it's just laying and laying, but it was probably in the last moment we was getting the trains out on, the ships on. What's going up here? Maybe good enough till we actually could stop buying power from him and export it again. It would be nice because that's a little bit more money in our pocket. And I'm not sure if they are actually stealing our money, this fucking thieves up here. I think they actually are, maybe it's the reason why we're losing a lot of money that's not can be explained. Maybe it's because of somebody that's actually stealing them. And we got a little problem with the criminality up in this area. Just a little bit. And that's just the one station. We got one more there and one there and one there and one there and one there. They are not really helping at all. So I don't know. I'm thinking disconnecting the area and just let everybody fuck off up here from up here and then buy some new people in. That would maybe be the way to get rid of them, but every time I'm thinking about that, then we are turning back to we are not making enough money. Because if we are doing that, we will not be able to produce oil for some time before the new people is coming in. And yeah, we will. We are probably not even producing very much right now. Unable to get food. That's really not true. I don't believe you. Uh, nah. So we are still fighting some kind of criminal thing. We don't really. So it should because of one citizen don't can enjoy Cultura and a couple of them don't can enjoy any sport that's doing them criminal. Nah. I just think we are, yeah, keeping going on because of they are coming out of the fucking foster home criminal already, and we are in trouble because of we didn't have enough schools to begin with. We didn't have enough education at all to the next step. We probably still do not have that, but it's looking better than it did before. And then we have the most of our education system over here. Actually, we have medical there and some headquarter of communism there, and we have a couple of small ones more like we have in the other cities. It's more like it's making engineering on that one. We got a big one too for that, but I don't like that. Let me see. That's the one we need to actually to put up for the real one. This one is one I have downloaded from another player that has made that one. The same with this prison here. I'd actually like that a little bit better. 375 instead of 210, I think it is. Yeah, 210. And then I was collecting a new prison boss. That's actually instead of the biggest one from the game, it's 16, I think. This one can have 65 prisoner in one trip. So that's helping a little bit more on how many prisoner that's actually is working. Normally I would have only 1-2% working because of the bosses could not really pick them up. So we would have a lot of prisoner that was not doing anything. And that has been my problem in all my games actually. I could not really get any prisoners to work with the bosses there from the game. So this game is actually the first time we actually are using a lot of our prisoners. Some of it was working when we were sending them out to a mine, but still we are sending a lot more out to a mine now and out to the mines. And I only think that's driving 2 bosses out here. But it's fun enough, they actually still just going home. And this boss is actually telling us they are picking them up and delivering to both places. But yeah, we're not. As long as they're not running away and they're just jumping magically back to prison, then it's okay. But still, some of them it's running away, but what they are doing it, I don't know. Maybe because of we do not have guards enough, and we definitely do not have that over there now. Uh, and we cannot use too many money. And the one of them need to go a lot more into school than the other ones. It's needed to, it seems like. It's going 15 is actually enough, but for now. Damn, the clock is going fast. The chat's broken. It's disconnecting. Oh, yeah, that's really nice when it's doing that. I don't know. I can see 000 nice. But the chat outside is sometimes broken for me too, so I don't even can see people's writing. That's fucking annoying when that happening. So when I'm really updating my YouTube screen, then that's just appearing a lot of chat. Are you here? Why you don't answer me here? Oh, answer, I can see you are here. Yeah, but I don't get the fucking chat. Oh, that's not good. Sadly enough, I've probably lost a couple of people that was not, uh, subscribed on that reason. So, and then some people don't really not have any patience. They are expecting an answer a second after they actually have typed the message. And when you're playing this kind of game, you're actually looking more into the game than you are looking at the chat. The chat is actually on another screen for me, so I need to look to the left to see the chat and see what's going on in Streamlabs and what's going on YouTube about it's still running and that kind of stuff. Because of the video, it's easily breaking off too. And if you don't really look at that, you will not see it if you only have Streamlabs running. Then you will not see it. It's not it has broken the connection to YouTube and not broadcasting anymore. That's annoying too. and it's just needing a little. Yeah, the other day it was actually I have only seen one time it's actually has reconnected to YouTube and continuing my stream, or else it's just telling me it's reconnecting, but it's not really reconnecting to YouTube and starting the stream up again because of the stream it's already getting aborted on YouTube, and it's ending. Uh, that's that can be a little bit of pain in there. So if you don't have a YouTube open, so you actually can see that part of it. So we have that on our second screen. The same with the chat, and sometimes I'm opening my phone instead of if I'm thinking that's a problem with the chat on that window, then it's yeah, I need to use my phone with and look on the channel just to be sure too, because that one it's normally always working with the chat anyway. But then I'm counting myself 2 times, and yeah, I don't think that's fair. We already count myself in 1 time. It's okay for the broadcasting time and blah blah, real time and that kind of stuff, but it's not really right. It's a little bit like this game. That's not right. That's not right. Uh, so because of I'm seeing my own broadcast, we are getting a lot more view time than I actually did before, where I only was uploading videos of Sea Dogs. So that was getting a lot. Yeah, it was getting a lot of views. That was not the problem for people that actually need the help with that specific mission or that mission or that mission. Because of the way I was putting it up, you could search of the name of the mission you need help to, and then it would only show you 3 different ways to do it. Because of I've played it through 3 times, because of you actually need to play it through 3 times if you want everything, and it was probably not even everything. I know I was getting past a couple of missions in one of the islands we was not doing, and yeah, I don't think I actually ever got. Yeah, I actually got it on my live broadcast. I played it a fourth time with on live before I was starting on this game, just to see what they have changed in the game. And of course, then I was running into one of the mission. I have done it before, but I have only done it on normally or hard, and it was nearly impossible to. Even for me, it was nearly impossible to fucking deal with that dude I should fight. He was damn hard to kill because of everything over easy on Sea Dogs. It's it's really hard. Then you really need to fight. You need to really focus on what you're doing, and you need to do it right, or you are dead. And if you don't do it right, you need to have a lot of healing potion with you. But it is definitely a fun game. But I'm still waiting on another Pirates game to come out, and then we will maybe take a look at that and maybe make some mission for that if it's as terrible as Sea Dog was to begin with. Not because of I can speak Russian or anything, but the most of the game was actually only being translated very badly when I start playing it, and some of it was not even translated yet. So it was a nightmare to sometime to figure out what to do because of it was if it was translated, it was translated bad, and some of it was not translated at all. So, what do we do now? And after some time, I was starting making some video, but I think I just started making the videos after actually the translation was a little bit more complete. But it was still a nightmare to figure out what the fuck he actually was meaning. Which island you was actually needed to go to complete your mission, and yeah, it was not easy all the time to get. And if you are thinking you are getting it, yeah, and then you are jumping over one step, then you are lost again, and yeah, you can start all over. Not all over, but you need to go back to an earlier save point and try to do it right. And goddamn, that's hard when it's on a language you don't even understand, and the language it's translated to, it's even worse translated than I'm speaking this language. So, new nightmare. Because of Sea Dogs was actually Russian made, I think. Or some of the countries that is under Russian, uh, Russian speaking anyway. I don't sure which country it is. It's definitely was coming from. But it was 3 or 4 years old before it actually was getting translated. I think it was. And the job they was doing was, yep, not good. They actually need to hire some new people later on to translate it again, I think. And then it was getting decent translated. And now it's pretty easy to play. You actually do not need my videos or any other videos. You can actually get what you need out of reading the mission and listen to what the people is telling you. But that was impossible before. And I soon need to stop playing from today, or I need to stop talking anyway because of my voice. It's fucked up right now. I'm talking too much at once and too little. Uh, yeah, general. So it's in yeah. Sometimes I can go and have a day where I don't fucking speak a word, or maybe only I'm saying something to the dog, but that's maybe two, three words or something like that, and then we are talking for hours when we are doing this. But my voice must fucking soon be ready for it. I don't know. And I can feel I'm starting to get some kind of infection and I think I'm about to be sick. My nose feels like it was maybe too cold to sleep without a fucking something over me this night. It feels like I'm blue. Yeah, not nice. Actually, we can be without that. I hate to be sick. Who do not do that? Who do not? Yeah, probably somebody that is still getting paid to be sick, to be on the job. Probably not hated, but they are probably not more sick than I am, and they are just using it. People that's going to school and don't want to go to school, that's actually using it for just be at home and play and not really be sick. I have never done that. Never. Never. That time it was something like Super Nintendo or something like that we was playing. With yeah, Super Mario with the flying with the green and yellow, red and blue Yoshi's. Oh, that was a fun game. Actually, I was actually the dude I was playing it with that time. One of my friends from we was kid was actually visit me not a long time ago, and you have actually the possibility to play it for free now on your PC. Old old games or something like that, old retro games or what the fuck we was finding it on about. Yeah, we was trying it, and Yeah, I still remember it. That's the worst part of it, actually. I can remember all the fucking secret keys and how to get into them and how to get into them without actually releasing all the other stuff. So to take the hard ways in. The only thing I never figured out was actually it should be possible to kill the big ghost. I have never done that. I've seen a video of it on YouTube not a long time ago. That was actually it was actually one of the things that did I need to go in and try it again, just to see about I actually could kill that fucking ghost. But nope. I think they have cheated or something like that, and it's maybe not even real, because I have never seen that. I have never done that. I have, yeah, never heard about it. But of course, why not? It can be possible. It can be right, but yeah, I don't know. More and more think it may be just somebody that has tried to get it to see how look like he is actually killing the ghost, and just have made some video adding, but maybe it's possible. I will not say that it's not, but I think it's not. It is not. That's for sure. Because I didn't could do it. But of course that should not be the reason for it. I could have tried a couple of times more and probably not tried it with my friend was sitting next to me and look at it too, and we was talking and not really was serious about trying it out and do it. That would maybe have been better. So I've tried 10 or 15 times and see about we actually could do it, and I should maybe have gone in and look on the video one more time and see what he was actually doing with that fucking ghost and how he was getting under it and jump up on it, and then see about if we would actually have been able to redo it that way. Because I saw the video and then I was maybe going a week, a month, or something like that before I was actually going in and try the game. And I actually have it on a Nintendo Wii too, that game. So maybe we need to try do it on that machine instead of doing it online on a PC. Maybe that's the problem. Or maybe we need to go back to the old version on the right game on the Super Nintendo to do it. But that should not be a copy of the game, even if it's on Wii or it's on PC. That should probably be the same. Mm, or maybe not actually. Now I'm getting to think about Diablo 1 actually. It was actually possible to play that on PlayStation 1 back in the days. Not a lot of people actually know that you actually could get Diablo 1 to PlayStation. And that was actually, I think it was 99% as it was on the PC game. There was just something about you really not could copy and paste the. There was some copy problem in that game where you actually, if you are dragging your items out on the floor, you could do something to copy them, and then you could sell them or something like that. So if you got some good items, you could make some copies of them or something like that and earn some money on that. Of course, it was cheap, but yeah, I don't remember he actually he was maybe correcting that on the PC part, but it's more hard to actually correct that on a PlayStation 1 where the game already is on a CD and not possible to make update. So it was maybe possible. I can fucking not remember it actually. I think maybe, but it was probably a bit harder because of it should be done on a joypad, and the copy was probably more easy to do on a keyboard than on a mouse. Because of it was something about you actually need to pick it up when you was dropping it or something like that, and the same, yeah, something like always weird when something like that is happening. A bug somebody's actually figured out and then figured out it actually was stuff he was getting something out of. Oh yeah. I need to stop now. Sadly enough, I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning, and we should probably remember to save it. So I'm starting to get a little bit tired, and my voice is not good anymore. It probably requiring a little bit of rest before we are continuing talking. So it has been nice this evening. I have talked a lot, and yeah, you have chatted a bit. So nice evening and good evening to you guys. I will be in my bed and back in 6 or 7 hours. So